Hello, my name is Jake. I'm a session drummer from the UK, and I'm currently on the road with an awesome band called Nova Twins. We've been travelling all over the world for the past 2 years, and I thought it'd be fun to start recording some of our travel adventures and some of the shows and behind the scenes of what it's like being a drummer on the road. And what better place to start than with some shows over in Tokyo? And like all good travel vlogs about Tokyo, let's start here in Geneva. I flew into Geneva today as we're playing here tomorrow, and then the day after that we're flying over to Tokyo, which is very exciting. So I'll check back in soon. I had some free time, so I decided to head to the hotel gym, and then I did some rudiments on a pad to keep my hands in good shape for the upcoming shows. The following day we had a lovely train ride to the festival through the Swiss Alps. The festival is called Open Air Gampel, and is one of the biggest festivals in Switzerland. We all got little mascots earlier in the run, and Groot comes everywhere with me now. The next morning we were up at 4 AM to start our long travel day. The flight was around 13 hours and I actually managed to get a bit of sleep on this one. We were then picked up at the airport and taken to our hotel, which was situated right in the heart of Shibuya. In an attempt to stay awake, and also as we were excited, we headed out for some food. We had to wait in the baking sun for a while, but this ramen was worth it. Later on we had a little walk around before getting an early night, as it was a 7:15 AM lobby call. The artist catering area at Summer Sonic Festival is one of the best I've ever seen. The actual layout was amazing, and then there was so much choice food wise, and it was showing Studio Ghibli films all day. After breakfast it was time to set up, as we had an early stage time of 11 AM. I could only fly a few bits out, so I used the lovely Rental Natal Maples original kit and the Rental Roland SPD-SX. So part of my setup was making sure that the show file copied across to the SPD-SX ready for the show. The next day we had our headline show in Shibuya. Lobby call wasn't until 1 PM, so I had time to go for a little walk in the morning. We found this awesome food market right underneath our hotel, and I couldn't resist trying a few bits. The bao buns were absolutely amazing. Then it was off to set up for the show. Luckily I had all of the same equipment from the previous show, so setup was easy. After soundcheck I went across the street and found a ramen bar for dinner. Then it was showtime. I'd love to show you some of the show, but unfortunately my camera died just as we walked on stage. Post-show we went for some sake and a few nibbles. The raw fish wasn't really for me, but the others seemed to enjoy it. The next day was our full day off, so we were up early to go and explore. We started by heading to a traditional fish market. Again, I wasn't too into the fish, but I managed to get some gifts at a lovely pottery store. Then we headed to the Harajuku district. This area was filled with cool shops and I ended up getting a few bits. We then headed across the street to the Meiji Jinju Shrine. It didn't feel like we were in the middle of one of the busiest cities in the world. It was so peaceful there. Then we headed back to the hotel to freshen up via the famous Shibuya crossing. This was relatively quiet for the crossing, but it was still full of people headed in every direction. After that, it was off to the Golden Guy for a nightcap. Next morning we headed out to the Roppongi Hills Maury Tower. There we bought tickets and went up to the viewing platform for an amazing view of the city. This was a lovely way of rounding out the week, and I already want to go back to Japan to continue exploring. Thanks for watching. Maybe I'll try and make more of these vlogs in the future.